Running while black. I was flirting with the idea of making that the title. You know, truth be told, if I was white or another race and I keep hearing things like driving while black, it's because I'm black this, I'm black that, I could see I could see where you would think that black people always playing victim, always using that I'm black excuse. And then you have incidents like the Ahmaud Arbery shooting down in Georgia. He was running down the street. You guys know it. Running down the street, jogging. Sometimes he took shortcuts under construction sites. We all have done that before. I'm assuming I've done it before. But whatever. Running. People calling the cops, saying he's like that's my other question. Like, do you guys just sit by the window with the phone? Just are you really that bored? Well, it's COVID, so you have nothing to really do, I guess. Are you really that bored to where you look outside the window and the first thing you see, you call the cops? Is that what you guys do? You call the cops on every little thing. You guys are scary and pathetic. Anyway, so apparently, since he has a route that he runs from time to time, of course you're going to see the same guy running. I'm not even going to touch the fact that he was I'm not going to say that yet. I'm just going to, I'm trying to avoid that. So you assume that he was a burglar. I wonder why. And then you get in the truck with your son and some other weirdo with a camera who should be charged as well for filming that. You're driving down the street in those trucks. I'm going to be straight up with you. All right. I usually keep these jokes between me and my friends, but I'm going to tell you exactly what that was called. Because me and my friends, um, we grew up knowing all of this stuff, like knowing inside jokes, rhetoric, symbols, signs. When I see like when I see 1940s, 1950s, 1960s trucks, I'll be straight up with you. It's gonna hurt your ears. If there's any kids, you might want to tell them to leave for a little bit. But they're called nigger hunting trucks. That's just what we called them. I got, I think we were like 12 or 11. 12 or 11, me and my friends would see trucks like this where we grew up at, and that's just what we identified them as. And we obviously got them from movies like uh, Mississippi Burning was one of them. What's that movie with Samuel L. Jackson where his daughter got raped, I think, by a white man, and then I think he killed him, and then he went to jail. Like, you know, the Selma story, Medgar Evers movie. Those trucks, the Forrest Gump. When they were chasing Forrest Gump and back in them trucks, man, nigger hunting trucks, man. So that's where you got the idea. But back then, it was a joke. It was a joke. Obviously, social media wasn't big at that time, so we had no real point of reference for saying that other than movies, things that are fantasy. Well, a couple of years later, it's reality. They got in a hunting truck and they hunted him. What else would you call it? Some guy that was driving that used to be a cop, his son, and the cameraman. And they thought he was a burglar, so they chase him down. The guy's running, and then the father was like, "Oh, we shot him because of self-defense." You were chasing, you was chasing an innocent man. You had a 357 revolver. Your son had a shotgun. Listen, that's fight or flight. I'm so honest right now. If I'm running, first of all, if I'm running, I don't know how you guys intercepted him, but if I'm running and you guys have guns behind me, I'm not engaging. I'm running. Like, I'm running as fast as I can. But if I'm running and for some strange reason one of you gets in my proximity with a gun, yeah, dude, I'm engaging you. It's a shotgun. I'm not gonna run from a shotgun to spread itself. Like, I'm engaging you. I'm gonna try to, and yeah, I'm trying to beat you. Like, you're trying to kill me. Duh, it's self-defense. So he starts defending himself. His ugly, fat, pot-headed, neck-bearded country nut of a son was getting his ass whooped. Kind of similar to this whole Trayvon Martin thing. Well, hold on, we're not there yet though. Um, and while he saw his son getting his ass whooped, the father's taking shots. And then the other white guy, white because that's what he was white, I'm giving you a description, was filming. You hear three shots, and I seen the video, and then I seen the black man running and falling down. When I first seen the video, I thought it was a joke. I don't know why I thought that. I thought it was a joke. Apparently, it took what around 70 days for them to do things. Apparently, the father used to be a police officer. He has friends, and then one of these sick bastards was like, I believe he was acting in self-defense. Hey, brother, I'd like to meet with you one on one. I'm not even threatening you. If you were to come across this video, I want to meet with you one on one, look you in your fucking dumbass eyes, and be like, watch the video with me. How the fuck is that self defense, man? You followed him, you chased him down, he fought back for his life, and then lost his life. But you're saying he acted within his right? Oh, thought he was a burglar. Okay, so I'm straight up, man. Just stand your ground. This citizen's arrest. This is get rid of these fucking laws, man. Because there's too much gray in this area. It's too much. If that is the case, why the hell do we have cops? What are we doing? So, let's get to the issue of race. There's three white guys. Ahmaud was black. You're gonna sit here and tell me that it had nothing to do with race. I thought he was a burglar. So you're gonna sit here and tell me that if that guy was white, and that's the thing, we'll never know because it's if. But you mean to tell me if Ahmaud Arbery was Andrew Anderson running down the street? First of all, two questions. The people that were sitting there looking out the windows calling the cops, would you would have called the cops on him? And then secondly, three white dudes chasing down a white guy and they shoot him. You really come on, man. What's going on here? But what I'm saying is, if the guy was white, do you think the results would have been the same? I'm not saying that in a reverse scenario, this is impossible. I'm not saying that, for example, in one of the comment sections, I believe the guy's name was Lane. I think he was an Asian gentleman, and apparently he was a victim of gang violence, shot down by a group of black people. Also, throw their black asses in jail too. Like, I don't. So fragmented. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Um, so it was racially motivated. I don't give a damn what anybody says. It was racially motivated. Um, why did it take so long? You got some people saying it's the media's fault for bringing this. It's the media's fault for sitting on a story or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It could be the media's fault, or it could be that it was tied up in legal by the policeman and his little police friends. That's why, if you guys ever notice these cases when it comes to shooting, the district attorney is always the district attorney and the police precinct. They're all in one fucking group. They got to play nice with each other. That's why you have to separate those two. Separate the police department, the precinct, separate the DA. They cannot be working in tandem, and most of the times they are. That's why they're always accusing themselves, man. You have to have an independent investigator, someone with no ties to nothing. It's the equivalent of arresting me, and my father's going to be the one that's handling down the sentence. My dad loves me, and my dad is a good man. But I don't think he would be, let's just say, whatever you expect my punishment to be, it's not going to be that bad if my father's the one that's looking at it. He's my father. Or he'll do what I just said. He'll accuse himself. Um, it's sad, man. It's sad. Then the media, 70 days later, they're obviously trying to hide it. And then, I was talking to this guy. Let's say the media did try to snuff this story out. Well, who's in control of the media, man? Who who is allowing the media to do that? Is it black people? Is black people in charge of the media? Huh? Now I say that because I'm curious because again we were racially jousting each other in a YouTube comment. You know he was saying that well it's not fair that the Asian kid got shot by black people and the media didn't bring it up. I agree. The media should have brought that up, and their ass should have been in jail too. Period. But then my question to him is, let's say we blame the media. Who then is in control of the media? Who's doing that? Who's allowing this to happen? Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure that the CEO of these huge media conglomerates, none of them are black. I'm just saying. So if I'm going to be completely transparent with that argument that I had with him, because again, we were battling among racial lines, it's like white people are they not in control of the media or what? So why would a white person not show the crimes of a black person, but then show the crimes of a white person? Why would they do that? I don't get it. And these were stupid conversations, not to be taken too seriously. Although I think I will start digging into how exactly media works. But if it is in fact that there's a certain group of people that controls the media and they're of a particular race, then I have one of two questions. Why are you sabotaging your own people if you're continually submitting different videos at certain times and then you're stopping other ones? Or the other question would be like what is the guideline? Like why do you guys do that? Like, it's crazy. He was saying that the media is trying to divide us. And without going down the road, that's conspiracy theories, and I have my own thoughts on that too. But anyways, back to what I was saying before, man. Like the two questions are: if I was a majority power, why would I then stop showing minorities doing crimes and only show white people doing crimes? Why would I do that? But then the other question is, um, if I had control of the media, but it goes vice versa too. It does. You see, Fox News is very good at that. Like some of these stories, people getting kidnapped, they're not a specific persuasion, you won't hear about it, or they're portrayed a lot differently. You know, I believe there was one news story where they were trying to go in a guy's past, what he used to do in high school. That guy died at 25. The next day, he would have been 26. Um, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 7 years. Why are you going back in his past? Why are you trying to demonize him? Guys, in closing, I'll say this. It's on film. Everybody sees it. Until now, he wasn't under the effects of any type of marijuana, so they can't say that. He did not have a weapon. It was broad daylight. He was jogging. You guys drove up, stopped him, killed him, and then claimed self-defense. Think about that. It is funny though, it took 70 days, around 70 days for this story to come out. I do find that to be very interesting, you know. Anyways, so back to what I was saying before. I get it. I know you're tired of hearing about black people or minorities in general saying that they have it so hard. That if they would just take responsibility and quit playing the victim, everything will be okay. That we live in a post-racial society that stuff like this doesn't really happen. Well, guess what? You are wrong. Whoever thinks that you're out of pocket. And no, I'm not saying that this absolves us of making mistakes, whether it's black on black crime or anything like that. But what I am saying is there are people that are just they're just not, and racism isn't inherent. It's taught. It's either taught or tolerated and not stopped and not encouraged. It's just not encouraged. So, and when I mean not encouraged, I mean like if your friend comes, if your son comes back or a family member, brother, and he says something racial, you don't agree with it, but you don't correct him either. You just let it slide. You guys have got to knock this shit off, man. Seriously, because he's black and he's running doesn't fucking mean that he stole something or he's a thief. Because he's white and he has a six pack and his neck is red because the capillaries of his blood is being shown throughout his thin skin or whatever doesn't make him a damn redneck. Like, you guys got to stop doing this, man. Like, it's sad. The dude was running. He was stopped. He was killed. Oh, and they thought he had a weapon, and he didn't have a weapon. Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder about having kids, my kids running, and because they may fit a description, a vague, ambiguous description, they'll get stopped and they'll get shot. Right? But let me guess. It's Ahmaud's fault. He shouldn't have been running through a construction site. He shouldn't have been running at all. He shouldn't have been practicing physical fitness. He shouldn't have tried to defend himself against a shotgun. He shouldn't have, I guess he just shouldn't have been black, ultimately. I mean, that's what it just seems like to me.